Welcome, and we are going to talk about school and family orienteering, good practices in this session. Hopefully we'll have fruitful discussions and some good presentations. Our first speaker is Martin Gygax from Switzerland, and he will be presenting the family project of Swiss orientation in orienteering in cooperation with Co-op. So, Martin.
Okay, thank you. Warm welcome from my side. Yes, we have heard this morning a lot of commercialization also. We have heard a lot of federations work, and in this program we have the mix of both. Because I have seen, or I've written here, Swiss orienteering, we have about 8,500 members. We are stable, and that's good that we are stable. It's not a disadvantage. I think in this time, because we know in Switzerland the 12, all the pupils they are 12 years old. We have an organization grade, about 80 till 90% of the young people in Switzerland are in a sports club. And that's why we are stable, because we have to grow up, or we have to dig up the other sports if we want growing. And that's why for us it's an advantage on the success to be stable and not to lose people. That's the situation in Switzerland. Swiss orienteering, we have 4 divisions. It's about marketing, mass sport, technique, and elite sport. Elite sports, yeah, you have seen, and perhaps that's one reason why we created together with COPE this program for families, because 4 people of this winning team today are socialized by the families for orienteering. All these 4, Judith Wieder, Andreas Kliburz, who was Hauswirt, Sabine, and the 4th man, Florian Howald. All these 4 are familiarized with orienteering by their family. I think that's very important, and family is a very strong topic. We have in marketing, we have a school program. We touch about 25,000 pupils every year. Pupils and teachers. We have this new program, FAMCOOL, and we have Swiss Finder. It's more, promotion of movement program. This is it. And if you see about we touch, or that's one thing I will present you. We have to touch every year 10 till 15,000 people with this program FAMCOOL. If you see here the members of Swiss orienteering, yeah, it's a little bit easy to see that we have a gap. We have to go, we have to think out of the box if we want to reach these members or these participants in this program. Okay, our marketing responsible, they went to COPE because it was a personal contact there, and they want to sell them school. But in Switzerland in the moment, it's very hard to sell school programs, because the schools, we have about 26 school systems in Switzerland, because the education, it's not part of the federation, it's part of the responsibility from the canton in Switzerland. And that's why we have 26 educational system in Switzerland, and it's even not so that we start with the first foreign language in whole Switzerland with English. We start with French in our part, and in Zurich you will start with English. That's our educational system, and that's why it's hard to be in here in the school with a commercial partner. And COPE said, okay, yeah, we will give you support, but for us, the family topic, it's very important. And we said, yeah, that's perfect, because we had no support until this moment to start with this family program, because we know it's an important topic in orienteering. That a lot of people will come, a lot of pupils, our next generation of athletes will come out of a family. That's clear, but normally it's also out of a family who is doing orienteering together. That's one thing you can easily think about. I think it's in Switzerland, it's very, very important. If you are talking about athlete development. Yeah, please ask if you have some questions, then I will interrupt and we can go on. Up you see the new athlete development system in Switzerland, FTEM. It's called FTEM because we have the foundation, then we have a level about, sorry, on the wrong side. Oh. It's foundation, talent, elite, and mastery. What you have seen today, it's in our system mastery and elite. Team 3 is in the level elite, and for sure the first team it's in the mastery. Then on the foundation, and what we're talking about is this red line. This red line means in orienteering, in the federation, or out in the population of Switzerland. And we are talking about this fine line today with this program. For us, it's very important to create these social bonds, because at the end, the people have to say yes in Switzerland to the culture of a club of orienteers. They don't say yes to the federation, because we don't know any direct members to the federation. All orienteers, or nearly all, we have very, very high rate of organization in orienteering if you compare to cycling, if you compare to skiing. And we have about 95% of all orienteers are included in our federation. That's extremely high rate. Yeah. Okay, we have to create something that the people want to connect to others. They have to commit themselves to shared rules of this club. They want to be involved in the activities. They will run, or they will stay, or they will help that others can run. And they have to believe in these values and the cultural norms of this group. Because we don't know in Switzerland any pressure to be member of a club. It's all free decision of the person. It's important now to create the family program and to share also these values with the commercial partner. Well, lots of discussion about the marketing aspect is called. At the end, we were here at this image. For Coop, this commercial part, they will give us the money, and for them it's an image campaign. That's important to know. Otherwise, we haven't a chance to come about these participants in the program, if it's not an image campaign. It is an image campaign, and then we started to thinking about what we will do, and then we said we will go to places where the people are already. And we will support the clubs to create their own orienteering world. And we will go with a fishing game. You see, perhaps it's a little bit small. Then Coop is coming in with plays from them. It's not our game. Also, it was in the beginning in the project.
I will try to change because it was my mistake. Okay. I put the wrong presentation.
Okay. Perfect. It's good.
No. Sorry.
It's my other way, it's another fault from my side because I have forgotten to take that adapter from Switzerland too. And now I have no energy on my computer in the moment.
So I think it's bigger now.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. You see, it's a fishing game. You have here, I don't know the word for this, but you have here SC, an SC card, and you have here SC word in English. And here is the play from Coop. With this we have nothing to do. They will deliver us and we will make the games for them. We are paid also to do this. And it's written on. And the third part is quite an orienteering game in this little raster, or what's the English word, in pattern or grade. And for us it's very important also for our commercial partner that the parents will make something together with their kids. And it's also an important aspect to have to include the elite athletes. I think for these kids you could take anybody there. It's not important to have Florian Howald here. Could be also Martin Gygax for them. It's absolutely nothing. But for the whole organization, like Swiss Orienteering, I think it's very important to include also the elite athletes in these activities at least. Yeah. I think that's the most important thing, that the people have to be comfortable. The new people, the families have to be comfortable in the clubs. And we as a federation, we can only support the activities from the club. I think in this program we try to give material, to give person, to give knowledge down to the clubs, that they don't have to phone the whole weekend to find some sport event badges for 20 person or for 100, or we have events with 1,500 people. That's important. I think that's an important thing. I think it's also important to give the printing, the support to have good posters, because these blue posters you can make like this. And we find with our printing partner a good partner where we can order it in a way it's no problem to do it. And yeah, like this. And if you want to reach something that will be sustainable, then you have to think about the 4 points and what you can do as a federation, that these 4 points will be thought by the clubs, because the clubs at the end have to take the responsibility for the event. And that's why after 1.5 years now we say to the clubs, please look in your region, in your surroundings, where are parties in the school, in a community, and go there, try to go there, because for golf it's absolutely interesting to be there, because we have to touch these people, we have to look this golf, but for them it's not important to be really connected, and they don't want to have new clients because they are so big. In Switzerland, they don't need more clients, but they want to be present in the public space. That's important. Yeah, a little thing, perhaps, and I think the most important thing: don't think about timekeeping. Okay, thanks.
Project all around the year, or it was like just one date?
No, normally in Switzerland we have the season is between end of April until end of September, because of the daylight. because normally these activities are in the evening after 5, 6 o'clock.
During weekend or work day?
No, normally it's during during the week, and not the
Like
weekend.
normal working day, yeah?
Yeah, normal working day at the evening. A lot of things. We have 2 events at the weekend. It's a party of the sport of our canton. It's on the Sunday. It's a team orienteering event, and we join them because we have also the possibility to open it to other sports there. But normally it's during the week. Yeah.
We have one question
Yeah.
about big towns or big cities, because
Yeah.
in the Czech Republic, usually, for example, in Prague,
Yeah.
if you will make such a event
Mm-hmm.
for families and for kids,
Mm-hmm.
then there is really like 100 people, and usually the club which is holding this
Mhm.
event doesn't have so many organizers. In Switzerland, how is this working? Do you?
Yeah, we are not very present in the big cities
Mm.
as an orienteering movement. We have in Zurich a very small club. We
Uh-huh.
have in Bern a big club because it's all the surrounding. But we are mostly present in small cities.
Okay, because
Yeah.
usually in our country we are doing this in the bigger towns or
Okay.
bigger cities,
Yeah.
and then there is a problem for the clubs
Yeah.
because they are not so many. They
Yeah.
have not so many organizers.
Yeah.
And our second question is if you are providing some
Mhm.
kind of organizers
Yeah.
for the smaller clubs,
Mhm.
for really small ones. I don't know. One
Yeah.
family would like to make an event. Are you able to give them some organizers from FAMCOOL or?
Yeah, we normally we send one person
Mhm.
who knows the technique and the place.
Mhm.
And no, you need for this, how we do it in the moment, you need in the minimum 5 person.
Okay, so it's not so.
And with 5 person, you can about be present in a party with 600 person.
Okay.
It's one part of this. No, orienteering, it's not a sport in Switzerland in big towns.
Okay, it's different than here.
Yeah. Because Switzerland, it's a pay of farmers
Mhm.
still
And we have
in the
also-
mind.
Mm.
We earn the money over it.
In our country, it's also problematic that in towns like Brno and
Mhm.
suburb, there is
Yeah.
really like a lot of orienteers, and also the normal races, they are
Mhm.
quite huge.
Okay.
But when you have then the southern
Mhm.
Bohemia, it's really
Uh-huh.
like they are like
Yeah.
even for 100 people in the region.
Mhm.
But if you are in Brno or in Praha,
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah.
regional cup. It's for
Okay.
1,200
Okay.
people,
Yeah.
and it's really like we are still
Yeah.
thinking how to like
Balance.
make a balance
Yeah.
for that. So if you
no
have such a
solution.
problem, no, no, I mean like some kind of idea for that or
No,
good
because we have a
practice
national
in
series, Swiss
Mm.
League over whole Switzerland, with the national championships.
We
And
have-
this races we have about between 1,300 and 2,000 participants.
That's
Then we have regional races with 300 to 700,
Mm.
and we have local races between 50 and 1,000 people.
Mm.
But this 1,000 people, it's a series located in the very east, and they
Mhm.
make a cup in the villages.
Okay.
And they integrate also, it's one part of this, but we have there a problem with our commercial partner,
Mhm.
because in Switzerland we have Coop and Migros,
Mhm.
and they are fighting against
Ah,
other.
okay.
And Migros is very in this regional federation in the east. And
Okay.
we can't go in this village
Alright.
cup
Okay. That's
in the moment.
okay.
We are discussing about
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
There's a question.
Yeah.
How aggressive are you as a federation recruiting the clubs to do the events? Are you phoning around and then
Yeah.
saying, we need you to do this, or is
Yeah.
it on the
It's-
club's initiative?
It's only by phone. In the first period now of this project,
Yeah.
or in this program. Now we try to invite the people who are interested to come to join us for a half a day, and we will instruct them and say what was good in the last 1.5 year, what has functioned out, what not functioned.
But you're like
We try,
centrally
it's the
planning.
next step. And then we hope that we don't have to phone 40 clubs. We have in Switzerland, we have about 60 clubs. They are able to organize something like that.
Any other question? Okay, thank you very much,
Okay,
Martin.
thank you. I have to leave to go to the other party.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
again.
Thank you.
Then